Good evening from Washington, D.C., and thank you to those of you joining us from around the world for news from a Catholic perspective. I'm Lauren Ashburn. The Vatican's second-in-command is dismissing allegations of sex abuse cover-up against Pope Francis. Cardinal Pietro Parolin says the Holy Father is serene and the crisis sparked by a former diplomat making a stunning accusation is not at all worrisome. The Vatican Secretary of State made the comments in an interview with La Stampa, an Italian daily. Vatican correspondent Juliet Linley joins us from Rome. Juliet, you learned a Vatican investigation into these allegations by Archbishop Vigano won't happen. Tell us what you know.
That's right, Lauren. A high-ranking Vatican official tells me not to expect an investigation anytime soon and not to expect the Vatican to issue a statement from the Pope for the time being. But Lauren, as we saw in the case of the Chile clergy sex abuse crisis, the Pope trusted his advisors and didn't go public until the outcry in the media and among the faithful became so loud that he had no option but to launch an investigation. Now, the Vatican would seem to be waiting for this to blow over. Now, there is, though, growing pressure, not just from the media, but from sex abuse victims, as well as at least 7 American bishops, and they're asking for transparency and for answers from leadership. Now, if that pressure keeps up, we could see the Pope taking steps.
Well, and the Pope's right-hand man, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, who is named in the Vigano testimony, is speaking out. Tell us what he said.
Yeah, the Vatican Secretary of State says the allegations against the Pope have caused, quote, great pain, but they haven't changed the Vatican's day-to-day workflow. Parolin also says the Pope seems calm, and even though there is a bitterness and unease, the Pope is at peace, he said. He also hopes that everyone involved searches for truth and justice, but he said that in Italian, quote, la situazione non è per nulla preoccupante, which means the situation is not at all worrisome.
Did the journalist who conducted this interview with Parolin about the accusations in the report talk about the fact that Parolin was said to be complicit in covering up McCarrick's misdeeds?
Well, Cardinal Parolin told reporter Andres Beltramo that it's best not to go into detail about those issues. He said, repeat what the Pope said, read what was written and make your own judgment. The statement by Vigano speaks for itself. These are his words. And Parolin is mentioned a couple of times, Lauren, as we know in the 11-page letter, in reference to claims that sanctions had been imposed on McCarrick under Benedict XVI, but that they had not been enforced neither by the Pope Emeritus nor by Francis himself.
There have been a few reports of the Pope's reaction. Tell us what the Italian media has been saying about this latest interview.
Well, Italy's state news agency ANSA reported earlier this week that the Pope was embittered, but the newspaper run by the Italian Catholic Bishops' Conference, Avvenire, is reporting that the Pope is not bitter and is back to work at the Vatican and that it's business as usual. So there are conflicting reports, and we'll continue to pursue this story with updates as they come in from the Holy See Press Office, Lauren.
Thank you so much, Juliet Linley, EWTN News Nightly Vatican correspondent.
Thank you, Lauren.